Well, boys and girls, the full game is finally out, and that can mean only one thing. You no longer have to have the little ticker scroll on the bottom of the screen, which I know a lot of you hate. So that's gone and won't be back for about 10 months. Let's play Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup. So we're going to rotate because we don't care. We're probably not going to play Darren Jack at centre-back. That might be a rotation too far. There you go, we'll do that. Guardiola can have a rare appearance at centre-back. And he can like it. You might think, oh, it's just one of those things that you pop on, but then you can push it at the back. But the thing that makes it really good is you put batteries in it. I don't know if it's the camera's going to show it up. You might have to kill the lights. So it lights up, and then you press the one that's lit up. And then it lights up again. It won't really focus on it. But basically, you have to press the ones that light up, and it's got levels and stuff to it. It's very, very snazzy. Worth every penny. I like it very much. Oh, we did a football goal while I was doing that. It's getting warm in here. Oh, get the window open again. Goodness me. I was hoping you'd come with me and we could go to the Snow Dome in the morning and film some intros in there. I need a cameraman. Not for the matchday vlog, but for antics around Tamworth that we can get up to in the morning. I need somebody to volunteer as cameraman. But yeah, do we know what is there a risk the game won't happen? What is the Tamworthian weather? I assume that's what they call it. The Tamworthian weather at the moment. What's the deal up there in the distant north? Did I actually contact the ski place? I haven't done, no. What would I say? Hi, ski place. Can you pretend to give me a pretend job? If I can find someone to film for me, I'll contact them and say, look, I've done this. Am I allowed in to do a bit of filming on Saturday morning? Terrible rain Thursday through Friday, no rain on Saturday. Then we're good, aren't we? And I am very tempted as well to book into the Holiday Inn. I have absolutely no reason to need to stay in a hotel there. But again, think of the intros. If I go there, have an hour in the Snow Dome and book into the Holiday Inn, think of the intros. Oh, we need an on-location production budget. Right, well, it doesn't look like the full game releasing has hurt our tactic at all because that was our reserves thumping Aston Villa. I guess this game against Manchester United is a proper test because it's our first team. And United, I think, are quite good. Yeah, they're quite good. Mind you, to be fair, Villa are quite good. And our reserves have just ruined them. They might save their 7th and you'll save their 10th. That doesn't mean it's hard-coded. I think, if anything, City are the team most likely to suffer from the player-controlled club being successful because we assume their position and then it all starts to crumble. It's less City are hard-coded to struggle, more a case of the expectations on City is for them to win everything, and as soon as you have a player-controlled club who assumes that position, the players start to get unhappy, the board gets restless, the fans get restless, and it kind of snowballs into a falling apart situation, as we've seen. They're dropping down the league, so they're losing their players, so they're dropping further down the league. So I think it's more a case of because we're doing well, they suffer. Whereas if I was managing in Scotland, I imagine City would still be doing really well. If you look at the 1,000 Years in the Future thing that we did, City had the all-time record for most Premier League wins. They won like 30% of every Premier League for the next 1,000 years. So I don't think they're hard-coded to struggle. Stop being so logical and reasonable. It's hard-coded anti-City propaganda. Yeah, sorry, my mistake. He's one of my hot tips for good players to sign. I might make a top 5 players to sign in Football Manager based on my first almost month with the game. So I think we'll have Bellingham, Haaland, Musiala. People will love this. This could be a TikTok. Bellingham, Haaland, Musiala, Osimhen. Who would be my 5th? Maybe Gvardiol. They're my top 5. Or Yamal. my top 5 players to sign on FM24. Costa's actually a legit player people could go and sign. The others, pretty much impossible. I don't want it to be please don't misunderstand me. I don't want it to be an actually helpful video. I want to do it to troll all those, because I hate those kind of videos. I actively avoid them because I don't want to know who the good players are, because it kind of ruins the save a little bit. I want to name really obvious players who you won't be able to drag away from their actual clubs. I want to do a poll at some point. I don't think I'm going to do it right now, but I want you to be I want you to actually give some thought to your answer when we do the poll, because I'm interested. Because obviously the full game is out now, and I want to know what you want to see me do on Twitch. I'm not asking for suggestions. I've got options in mind. They're 3 very broad options. 1, continue Chelsea. 2, continue Brighton. 3, start an entirely new save. They're going to be the 3 options. I don't want to know what the new save could be. I'm not asking for new save suggestions. We'll start a poll in a little while, but I want you to ponder it first, because I want Topher's kids to get Christmas presents. But yeah, the poll is there. So continue Chelsea, continue Brighton, or do something entirely new. Now, the reason I wasn't going to start the poll immediately is because I was going to chat about it for a bit. My reservation with starting there's positives and negatives for starting something completely new now. The big positive is ad revenue on YouTube is at its highest at the moment. And this doesn't even benefit me. I don't get the ad revenue from LOLLUJO 2, but ad revenue is at its absolute highest on LOLLUJO 2, or on YouTube, sorry. Ad revenue is at its highest between now and the end of the year. So between now and Christmas, ad revenue is at its highest. So getting maximum interest on LOLLUJO 2 now will maximize Chris's pennies. So that's a big positive. However, the negative is if we were to start a new save now, it would have to be completely different from what we're doing in non-league to legend, because otherwise the saves are too similar. And if we were to do like a non-league in England save on LOLLUJO 2, it's not going to get as much interest as it might get in January or February, because I'm already doing that on the main channel and people don't need to watch it on both. Look at what we're doing to Man United, by the way. This team's quite good. So that's a consideration. It would have to be a completely different kind of save, which might not be a bad thing, but it does mean we wouldn't be able to do all of the options that you might throw at me if you wanted a new save. It kind of puts Hampton and Richmond off the table for now, for example, if we were to start it now, because we can't do 2 non-league in England saves at the same time. 4 goals from Haaland. The other disadvantage in starting something now is I'm away for a week in the middle of December. Got my traditional hiding in the woods for a week. So we could start something like next week, for example, get 3 or 4 weeks in and then have a week off and then come back for a few days and then it's Christmas. So we have another week off, probably 2 weeks because it's Christmas and New Year. So then we get into January, and rather than starting a new save in January, like we did last year with Penabont and it being really exciting, and we got like 2,000 people in the stream, episode 1 on YouTube got loads of views. Rather than starting something new in January, we're actually picking up a save that's 3 or 4 weeks in, but has also had 2 or 3 missing weeks in that time as well. So it's lost its momentum. So this is what I mean about it being a more complicated decision. But as Topher mentions, ad revenue in January is much lower. So Hendrick signed a new contract. A massive new contract. So there's lots of things to consider. Is the point that long-term saves get views? Oh, hold on. That's a long comment. I need to get into the game so I can read it. Is the point that long-term saves get views because of you and shorter-term saves are more about the immediacy of the content? Brighton, in my opinion, is done, as you said, and Chelsea has lost the beta novelty. I think a good third way, e.g. Leeds, could bridge to January. Not sure I fully understand. I do love the idea of Hampton and Richmond in the new year. But part of me wonders if Hampton and Richmond is a end of the year save rather than something we start in January. because by knowing the team a month, 2 months in advance, it does take away the impact of that first stream and that first video that was so successful last year. The idea of starting unemployed with loads of leagues loaded again, like we did last year, really does capture people's imagination. And then we could do Hampton and Richmond afterwards. Doesn't help with the whole something to do for now, because I can't help but feel that Chelsea's done after this season. And I don't know how much interest there'll be in Brighton, because for me, it's done. But there were so many I always struggle. The thing I struggle most with as a content creator is the whole leave them wanting more thing. I have a habit, and those of you who've been around for a while would have seen it many times. I have a habit of keeping every series going like 3 seasons too long, and almost getting to the point where I have to end it because everyone's stopped watching. I've never ended a series at that point where it's still at its peak. I'm determined not to do that with Non-League to Legend this year. Once it's done, it's done. I say that now. I say it every year. You watch me win the Champions League with 3 different clubs in Non-League to Legend again. People used to constantly moan about the fact I didn't even do my own team talks. So I just changed that setting so I do them, and now I just click what the assistant manager says. I don't remember the last time I read a team talk. I'm literally just clicking where the assistant manager is telling me to click. If it wasn't for the fact people moaned, I would just have them happen automatically, because I don't think they make any difference at all. Haaland has won World Footballer of the Year for the 3rd year in a row. That's my boy. Oh, we could have had a 1, 2, 3 if it had been the same top 3 as last year. But Mbappe and Martinez have got involved. Is that the same as that one? Oh, so this one isn't announced yet. So that's the Ballon d'Or, isn't it? And this is World Footballer of the Year, so they are different. But we have got the current holders of the Ballon d'Or and World Player of the Year as our starting striker and backup striker. Costa has won Goalkeeper of the Year. He's our boy as well. And they're our boys in World Team of the Year. Araujo making it in as well. Oh, and Rooney has won European Golden Boy. Congratulations to him. They basically invited me, and I said, well, I don't do TikTok because I haven't got a username. And they said, if you had your username, would you do TikTok? And I said, probably. No promises. I'm still looking into ways to actually make TikToks and have it be worth my time or my editor's time. What if you just streamed here? Oh, I guess I could stream. And that was basically the conversation. What's the conclusion? Do you need to change your tactic after full release? No, not at all. We're still doing really well. That's some top quality goalkeeping there. This is the Carabao Cup semi-final. We have got a rotated team out. That's why the likes of De Bruyne and Enzo, our reserves, are in the team. All of them seeing the big advert for the Twitch as well. The whole purpose of the TikTok, as far as I'm concerned, is to let people know I'm streaming on Twitch. And they can come over here and watch. It's just another top of the funnel thing until I can figure out a way to actually make proper TikTok content. It's just going to be a place I multi-stream to. I did really enjoy FM Touch, though, when I was trying all the different options. That's probably, I said it in the video, which I know most of you haven't watched because you don't care about FM Touch. But I think if I wasn't a content creator, I would play pretty much exclusively FM Touch now, I think, across all of my Apple devices. Because you can have the same save across all your devices. And as I'm fully in the Apple ecosystem, I think that's the version I would play. I would much rather get 10,000 views on a YouTube video than a YouTube short, because if I get 10,000 views on a YouTube video, I'll get 10,000 views worth of money. To get the same money from shorts, I'd probably need 10 million views. And there's very little crossover between people watching shorts and watching main channels. I've seen all these things about it. They're basically 2 different viewer pools a lot of the time. Right, we're going to put a rotated team out here. Can he play there? He can. Well, let's continue playing him there then. This is probably the last FM that will be able to be played on potato computers due to the change engine. Yeah, although I don't expect them to have a massive leap forward in that. Because again, I'm not expecting it to have like state-of-the-art next-gen graphics. It's just going to be a bit better than what we've got now. It would, you know, it's not going to be FIFA. I don't think you're going to have like a £800 graphics card. It's not like City Skylines 2. I've given up with that for now. That keeps crashing my computer. Oh, Lamine Yamal is good at football. Quite apart from the fact it being not worth it, they would be in such a licensing mess as well. I mean, I can't imagine a scenario where EA would buy Football Manager. They might, I mean, Sega might decide to sell one day and they buy Sports Interactive, but I think they would be buying them to work on EAFC and the career mode there. I can't imagine it would be a separate game. I don't ever rob off anyone with a smaller channel than mine. I rob off the bigger creators. And that's the way it should be. As a bigger creator, you should expect to have all your stuff stolen. As a smaller creator, you shouldn't be getting your stuff stolen by the big guys. It's not fair. Non-League Legends sounds like a Zealand review on another random player I've never heard of. Maybe it was. Basically the Robin Hood of YouTube. Exactly. Right, Topher, I see you moaning. I am going to spend the next hour talking about this Football Manager. Is it the January transfer window? Well, I never. It's the 23rd of January. Well, that's interesting. Nah, we don't need anyone, do we? I mean, look at us. We're great. What could we possibly need in January? I think that says it all that we probably do need a new save, don't we? Mbappe, I've got £14 million. I mean, we'll try. There you go. We've declared our interest in Mbappe. He's going to cost us an amazing £300 million. Yeah, but I don't think we can afford his salary either. He's going to want £1 million a week. We've got like 200,000 a week spare. We'll try. We'll do we'll do like 600 million on the Never Never. We'll just do something absolutely absurd. Knowing that we never have to worry about it. Kind of want to do it now. Well done. Mbappe. Just while the match is going on. Mbappe, make offer. So if we offer like 300 million and 300 million. Well, add Evan in. I'm not giving him Evan Ferguson. I'd rather have Ferguson than Mbappe. We genuinely don't need anybody. That's the thing. Although Arsenal are having a terrible season, so we could maybe go and get Saka. The Saudi clubs only have like 6 or 7 slots, so once those are full. Oh, is that a thing? Interesting. Look at that. Musiala's quite good. Has our Mbappe offer been accepted? Should we try and get Saka? Are Arsenal still struggling? They're kind of coming back. That makes it a little bit harder. This Guardiola guy is quite good. Unwilling to sell at the current time. They don't want to strengthen a competitive rival. We are so out of your league. Let's try the old Mbappe deal. Turned down 600 million. Yeah. You turn down 600 million, you earn my respect. They have my respect. There you go. They've turned down 600 million for Saka. Yeah, City will get him for 80 million in the summer without it, inexplicably, without it showing up in my news items at all. Because I present to you Declan Rice, who we tried to sign repeatedly. And then we went to look for him one time and, hang on, what? He's gone to Arsenal. Every window we went and tried to get him. And then one day we went there and he just signed for Arsenal and we got no notification it was happening. I'm not adding him to my shortlist. That seems like the sort of thing a pervert would do. He should be automatically added to a let Kev know someone else is buying him list if I try and buy him. Right, the reserves again in Europe. That's the reserves. Oh my word, look at that. That's the reserves. You can still use exclamation mark FM24 in the chat, and you can still get 5% off, but it's 5% off a higher price now because the pre-order discount from Sports Interactive is gone. I think it works out at about £39 with the discount now, with the 5% discount. I can't whistle either. No, this is the best I can do. And I know my mouth isn't in the right shape. I just can't do it. I don't know how people... I can blow over the top of a water bottle and it make a noise. So I can do the blowing. I'm quite the blower. But I can't whistle. And that one where people put their fingers in their mouth, no idea. No idea what's going on there. That's witchcraft, I think. It would be very, very unlikely for that to happen because we will almost certainly get offers to go to better clubs. Have I gone for a coaching budget and non-insertion? Yes. That was pretty much the first thing I clicked. Why am I not watching this Man City game that you were referencing? Where's my remote control, boys and girls? Who's had it? What's going on here then? Someone's had my remote control. I can't change the channel. Where's the remote? No, it's gone. Put my gloves back on. Might as well. How's the air fryer going these days? Oh, I use the air fryer most days. Love it. Air fryers are great. To the point where we're considering getting a second one. Because sometimes we can't fit everything we want to air fry in it. Winning 5-0, by the way. It is good. Need to create a 3-drawer fryer. I'd like that. Because I may have broken the door off our microwave. Don't ask how. So we do need a new microwave. 7-0. How did I break it? I just broke the door off. You're telling me you've never broken the door off a microwave? There are a few things I own that have doors that I've never broken the door off of. 15 functions like air... Right, I understand these functions. You've just described yogurt as a function. How can yogurt possibly be a function on an air fryer? Is it milk? It must be milk. Can I buy milk from the shop, put it in this magic yogurt machine, and yogurt comes out the other end? Can I make Muller corners in it? You need a probiotic. What on earth does that mean? Is that stomach juice? Can I just spit into it? If I spit in milk and then use the yogurt function, would it make yogurt? I thought yogurt came from a special cow. And there we have it, boys and girls. Comment of the stream has been won. Because so did I. You get it from a yogurt cow. Because I do like to buy the trendy gadgets, I've got a NutriBullet still as a blender from back when that was the cool thing to have. Pinot's quite good. We got a few 10 out of 10s there. So was that 4 10 out of 10s? Because Ferguson was 10 out. Yeah, 4. Ferguson, Bellingham, who also got a hat trick of assists, or is that a hat trick of goals? No, that's a hat trick, isn't it? So Ferguson got a 10 out of 10 and a hat trick. Bellingham, 10 out of 10, hat trick and an assist. Rooney, 10 out of 10, 2 goals and an assist. Pino, 10 out of 10, 1 goal, 6 assists. So that is Champions League qualified. Boom. There you go. Oh, yeah, we have. There you go. We did get into the round of 16. We finished 5th in the end, which after that start we had, I mean, we've done quite well there to finish 5th because 3 matches in, things were not going well. We lost our first one 1-0, then we drew 1-1, then we drew 0-0, and from there it's just been big wins. I don't feel the need to just spend money for the sake of it, you know. I'm not really a manager who wants to buy success. I prefer to use what I've already got at the club to mould a winning team. I consider myself more of a coach than a manager, I think. AB is a way to end Brighton. If we get Chelsea finished tomorrow night, just to loop back around to the conversation we were having 2.5 hours ago, maybe we finish Chelsea tomorrow night and then Thursday night we do the transfer window with Brighton and then just sim the season and see what happens. We could do all that in one stream. I just release that as a video to finish it off. We could even sim 5 seasons, do one more transfer window with them, and then sim forward a year at a time and see how they get on. That might be a way to close that save off and allow us to start something new on Sunday night. That after 2 hours after I put the question out there, letting it fester deep in the darkest corners of my brain for 2 hours, that feels like the best solution. He's not here to say no. I guess you've never had jet lag. Not proper jet lag, no. I mean, I've never gone anywhere that was further than like a 2-hour time difference. The closest I've had to jet lag is when I've kind of jet lagged myself by messing around with sleep schedules, like when I've been going on holiday and I've got up at 3 a.m. to get a flight and stuff like that. In fact, it's Tuesday. I can watch Bake Off. What am I even worrying about? I'm going to go in the living room, sit with Anna and watch Bake Off. It's amazing. Would I play one of those games on stream? No. Not enough people watch when I play other stuff. Since when do we let Topher sleep? I think he just kind of passes out at his desk occasionally, which is the closest he gets to sleep. And just settle ourselves down on the sofa for a binge watch of the whole thing with pizza and beverages. That'd be a delight. So you're basically paying a TV license just to watch Bake Off. Pretty much, yeah. I sometimes listen to 5 Live in the car, so that's covered on TV license as well, isn't it? I think BBC Radio is part of TV license. But yeah, I'm basically paying £10 a month for whatever it is now to watch Bake Off, yeah. And like the World Cup and the Euros when that's on. But I think we talked about it last week, didn't we? I pay £120 a month for Sky, which I'm still not entirely sure what package I've got for £120 a month. I know I've got BT Sport or TNT Sport, whatever is included in that, plus all the Sky Sports channels, plus 4K, which I think you pay extra for. I think you pay extra for having the multiple boxes. We've got 3 boxes. I still can't, we don't get internet though. I still can't work out how it's £120. I suppose we should end the stream, shouldn't we? We've ended with a load of adverts. Lovely. Right, so the plan is, we've settled on the plan. We are going to finish this season tomorrow night. We're going to win the Premier League and the Champions League, and we're all going to celebrate and go, yeah! And then Thursday night, we'll do Brighton's transfer window and then sim a season, maybe sim a couple more, whilst doing a football quiz. And then Sunday night, we start the new save. What a wonderful thing. Right, let's find somebody to raid. I'm really interested into how Chris turns this into a YouTube video.